It's Aleya Antoine. You're listening to Tease podcast.
Everyone loves a tease. Stop.
But don't get too excited. And he's from New York, you know? And so for me, I'm like, okay, like, are you mad at me or are you from New York? Like, do you hate me or are you from New York? Do I disgust you or are you from New York? You know what I mean? Like, New York, East Coast people, honestly, y'all are scary. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tease podcast. Happy Tuesday, bitches. It is so great to be back with y'all this week. How I have missed you guys. If you notice a little difference, I'm wearing my hair curly today, which I haven't done, guys. I haven't worn my hair curly in about I haven't worn my hair curly since July. And before that, I hadn't worn my hair consistently curly. Like, it's been years, guys, like 2 years. And it's not that I hate my curls or anything. I do like them, but like, I lived in Seattle at one point. Texas is humid, and humidity, rain, all that kills your curls. Not only that, but when you have curly hair, you have to literally religiously wet your hair every day, sometimes twice a day. And you know the old saying, I remember whenever I was younger and I would wash my hair, my grandma would always be like, do not go outside or you'll get sick. Like, don't go outside with a wet scalp. Like, it has been ingrained in me that that is like the ultimate way to get COVID, to get the flu. And so I just haven't been doing it. That and like, guys, I will say shout out to the straight hair girlies, because it must be so magical that if you're running an errand, you just go brush, brush, brush out the fucking door. I have to go scrunch, product, scrunch, water. And so it's just like, it's a lot. But I think that I'm in an era where curly hair is suiting me right now. It's officially 90 degrees in Vegas. I literally drive in my car and my AC is not even cold enough to stop me from sweating. Like, I am sweating like a motherfucker, but it also has no humidity. So like, I'll take it. If I could keep my hair good and my makeup done, I'll take that over humidity and lower degree weather any fucking day. Literally, I wear the one size setting powder and the spray and the primer yesterday. I had my makeup on for 11 hours. 11 hours? And I didn't oil blot once, if y'all need a new primer or any of that stuff. But I think that wearing my hair curly is just like what I should be doing right now. I feel like in this era, if y'all haven't noticed, I'm just trying to get like more in touch with like myself, and not like my superficial self, but who I am at a deeper level. Oh my God, I sound so annoying saying that, but that's just how I feel. Like, I don't know. I've been like really trying to like love myself more and give myself more compassion and like letting myself be authentically me outside of like societal standards and everything. And so I was like, you know what? Like, how can I honestly say that I have confidence when I haven't worn my hair curly in years? How can I say I have confidence when I haven't worn my natural hair in years? That's crazy. That's honestly crazy. When I say it out loud, it's like, would I take advice from me? Like, bitch, you're gonna tell me how to live my life, but you don't even do your hair. The promise that I made to myself is that I'm going to do it the entire summer. I'm telling myself I'm going to do curly summers, straight hair during the winter. Also because curly hair looks so good when you barely have on any clothes. It looks so good when you're naked, but I feel like straight hair looks better when you're like bundled up, because whenever I wear a bundle of clothes and my hair curly, I look like a fucking, like, what are these things? Like a marshmallow boy. Like, I just look like a big poof. Like, just a big old poof. There's no structure. You're just like, what is that round fuzzy thing walking around? It's me with a coat on. So we're gonna try this out, and I'm liking it. I feel like I've gotten used to it. Literally the first day I was like, fuck no, like, I'm taking this out. And then now, after pushing myself to go a week, I feel like I made it through the hardest part. You know how they always say, like, give yourself 2 weeks of doing something and then say you don't like it? I made it through a week, and now I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. And I want to put like my actual hair on my Instagram, but I haven't gotten any photos. Oh, of course. Of course, when I'm trying to make strides, my strides are not keeping up with what I want. I actually literally just got back from work today. I was bartending at the bar that I told you about, and it was super good, but like, okay. So the first day we were busy, but there was 3 bartenders. And then the next time we were so slow. This time I walk into the bar after having parked my car like so terribly. I can't parallel park for shit. It's the only part that I failed in my driver's ed test. But like in Texas, if you just like turn your head a couple of times, they'll just pass you with an 80, which is exactly what I did. I remember I parked and the sidewalk's here and I was literally over 6 inches away from it. Parallel, but parallel to the road. Anywho, I walk into the bar and I'm like, where's all the other bartenders? That's so weird. Turns out it's just me. Now, here's the thing. I used to always bartend alone, like, especially at the golf course. Like, I bartended alone all the time. And I loved it because I just feel like there's no one, like, watching you. Not that you need to be sneaky, but like for some reason for me, I'm so clumsy, and when I feel like people are watching me, my clumsiness for some reason gets worse. Do my clumsy people feel that? Whenever I am trying to have a good day and be casual, here I am dropping a glass, here I am knocking over a bottle, here I am spilling something. Like, I cannot be nonchalant for some reason. I don't know what it is. Like when there's other people around, I'm just so clumsy. So today I was like having a good day. I'm chilling. I'm vibing. I'm like, I got this. And my maid manager comes out, and he's normally like in the back, but he's out like the entire time this time, like the entire time. And he's from New York, you know? And so for me, I'm like, okay, like, are you mad at me or are you from New York? Like, do you hate me or are you from New York? Do I disgust you or are you from New York? You know what I mean? Like New York, East Coast people, honestly, y'all are scary. And I was literally, I don't know if you'll know this, but I was actually born in Baltimore. Oh my gosh, I feel like there's a whole like plethora of kids who were born in like a really cool area that they lived in till they were 1 years old. And for some reason, even though you remember nothing about the place, you can't shut up about it. Like literally, I lived in Baltimore till I was 1, but when someone goes, "Where were you born?" Thank you for this question. I was actually born in Maryland, in Baltimore. Someone will be like, I'm from Maryland. And I'll be like, oh my God, I was born there. How long did you live there? That's not important. That's not important. Let me just flex that like I'm from all over the world, because like saying I'm from Texas is like fine and dandy and everything, but like I don't know, saying that I was born in Texas and grew up in Texas, like that's boring as shit. I don't know why. It's like kind of basic. Maybe I only think it's basic because whenever you live in a place, that's when you think that it's not even cool. Like imagine the people in Paris walking around seeing people at the Eiffel Tower and being like, ugh, Paris is so fucking basic. Do people say that? Like, are you living in Milan and you're like, this is like so not the vibe. I hate Milan. Oh my God. Do people actually say that they hate places like that? Oh my gosh. And like the rest of us are like, pictures? Probably because like people are like tourists everywhere. Like when I lived in San Antonio, people would go to the Riverwalk and be like, I love it. And I'd be like, you're fucking weird. But I like got so clumsy. Literally, I'm trying to bring glasses down in the first half of the shift. One of the glasses jumps out of the container, falls on the floor. Like, girl, how did it jump out of the container? I don't know. Then I'm reaching for a Fireball bottle up top, and my ass, because it's so fat, knocks over a bottle of bitters, which is just like that glass bottle of stuff that you put in old fashions, shatters on the ground. Just shatters from me hip bumping it. Then I'm looking for the tahine. And like another thing, when I am like under pressure, I feel like I'm blind. Like I can't see shit. If you ask me to do I spy, find something, I can't find it. I'm clumsy and I can't find it. Those are my 2 main vices when it comes to being an efficient person. Like if I'm having a business meeting, talking, communicating, I don't give a fuck. Like I can do that. Ask me to actually use my motor skills, all bets off the table. All bets off the table. I was submitting to some agencies and it was like, what special skills do you have? You never realize how untalented you are until a questionnaire asks you, what skills do you have? And you're scrolling to the bottom and you have it checked off a single box. Like, Oh, like even when I was a kid, I never did sports that involved a ball. Like I would refuse. I did basketball until fifth grade, and every time I went to practice, every time I went to game, I would be in fear of my life, in fear of the ball. Like I could not do it. My mom was like, "Do you want to try out for middle school basketball?" And I was like, "Fuck no!" Like I'm so over this. It's been 3 years of me playing, and I haven't even scored a basket in a game. I did get voted most aggressive though. I like can't do stuff that involves like a ball. I can't do stuff that involves holding things. I loved track because what do? You run. You just run. I liked cheer a lot, but cheer, even though I liked it, it still gave me a lot of anxiety because I was like, oh, like I have to catch things and hold things. Like I just have like a fear of things hitting me. I don't know what it is. I don't, maybe it's a past life trauma, but like I don't want stuff flying at me. And like when it comes to using my motor skills, trying to find stuff, like I just lack the bandwidth that it takes. But I know that a lot of y'all are clumsy, so don't even act like that's not relatable. But yeah, that's kind of been my day. Do y'all want hair content? Because I've been posting some reels of like me like straightening my hair and that kind of stuff. And I told y'all that I used to do Monet, but that's neither here nor there. But if y'all want that kind of stuff, like I can share it too. Because for me personally, like finding people who have curly hair, like yes, there's a lot of curly hair influencers, but like curly hair is really by like your specific type. So if y'all want me to share some of my hair care stuff, I can. Because honestly, I think that Kai has really put me on. I've cycled through so many products in my life. Line me up a shelf of curly girl stuff. I've probably tried it all. Kai put me on some of the best products ever in one try. This is the great part about hairstylists. I mean, yes, they do go to school for this, so I guess they should be good. But I still am all the time. I'm like, oh my God, you're like a little scientist, you know? And I hate science. I did not like science in school. Like, why do I need to know what plants eat? Like, I don't care. But this week has been like a first time week. This week has just been like a starter dose. That's what it feels like. Even my energy level, it feels like I just like started a new like prescription, and I'm like, fuck, like I'm drained. So first, it was Cinco de Mayo. I actually don't love Cinco de Mayo. Living in San Antonio, we didn't celebrate Cinco de Mayo, so it's not that I have a love for that specific day, but I have a love for like anything that has to do with like Mexican culture, especially the food. And I feel like in San Antonio, like you can get really good Mexican food anywhere. And you can get a lot in Vegas, but it's still like, it's just not the same. It's not the same. Like Tex Mex, oh my God, it's the best. And so I was super excited for Cinco de Mayo because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna eat tacos, I'm gonna drink margaritas, I'm gonna eat some queso. Like, I'm so excited. And remember how I told you guys that Kai shot a friendship shot? We ended up going to Cinco de Mayo with the couple. And so we did a first time couples date. This is officially my second blind friendship date. And guys, shoot your motherfucking shots for friendship because at this age, it is so difficult to make friends. So if you find someone that you have your eyes on, a friendship crush on, or someone reaches out to you, go for it. Because when is the next time that that's gonna happen for you? You know what I mean? Like, I spend a lot of time either like kind of alone because I work on a lot of my stuff and I have to do that alone. Like if I even attempt to do something remotely with the podcast in public, like I can't do it, mostly because I just like I feel like I can't concentrate. Like I'll be trying to edit a reel on my phone like just in the car, and I'm like, for some reason this seems so fake. Like I don't have like I don't feel like it's not real unless I'm doing it at home. And so here's what happened. So Kai talked to them and then they were like, oh my God, we should totally hang out. We were gonna hang out for the weekend, but like it was just one of those weekends, you know, like when you have one of those weekends and it's 9 p.m. and you're like, I can't go out, don't make me. That's the type of bullshit we were on. So we all went out for Cinco de Mayo and it was super fun. It was like so cute and awkward at first. Like, you know, when you're first meeting people and you're like, oh, hi. so like, where are y'all from? You know what I mean? And like, you could tell that like we're all trying to keep it cool. Immediately, the communications degree in me really popped in and was like, we all have friendship trauma. I'm reading every single one of you. Friendship trauma, friendship trauma. Like, we're all trying to act chill. We're like, so like, where are you from? Da, da, da. But like, very keeping it kind of surface level, right? And then we kind of like, as the drinks start flowing, man, I honestly, I commend people who are sober. I commend people who are sober because you have to break the shy barriers with just your pure will. And so the margaritas are flowing, we're opening up more, and then a photographer comes by and he goes, hi, like we're photographing for Cinco de Mayo. Like in Vegas, you can go to any restaurant, any bar, there's gonna be a videographer and a photographer. That's just like the way it is here. And so he's like, I'll take a picture of y'all for free and you get it for free. So we're like, oh, okay. We take a picture, we're looking at the camera, we're like, so cute, so cute. He comes back, homeboy made our picture into an 8-piece wallet pack. You know, like the wallets that your mom has a little photo of you inside her wallet? Yeah, made an 8-piece thing of wallets, a keychain with the picture, and a pop-up frame of the photo. We have 3 pieces of merch with our photo while I'm trying to act like I don't want to dive deep into a friendship. Remember, I told you, I was like, I'm only doing surface level friends. Here this guy comes and just is ruining my game. Like, imagine, guys, not even just friends, but imagine you're on a first date and you're like, oh, hi, da-da, and the person's like, you in a picture? Yeah, sure. And then he comes out with it printed in a frame, a keychain, and a wallet. Like, imagine that. I would, like, what do you even react to? And you could tell that for a second we were all kind of like, uh, and we were like, and then we all just started dying laughing. And because we had both, like, before said that, like, we hadn't had great experience with friends sometimes, I was like, I just decided to break the ice. I'm a little icebreaker, and I start laughing, and I'm like, it's so funny that we were all trying to play it chill and not dive deep into this friendship, and he literally just hard launched us with collectibles. You know how many friends I have that I've been longtime friends with that I have no actual photo prints, like a print that I can hold in my hand of them? I don't. Although I did have friends in Seattle, and oh my god, I was such a sucker and a loser. I made a whole photo album with pictures of us, so that's neither here nor there. Anyways, so I told myself that I would never do it again. I told myself I would never do it again because that experience was terrible, you know? And so this guy brings it, and we're all like, and I'm like, okay, guys, like, let's just laugh about it. Like, it's so funny. I'm telling you, for some reason, that guy, not only did he hard launch our friendship through photos, he hard launched our friendship in every other way possible. After that, we were all like, you know what? Might as well open up. You're already on my fucking keychain. Might as well open up. I'm putting you guys in my house on a frame. I don't even think I have my mom on a frame at my apartment. So then we're just going in, we're opening up about our trauma as girls do. What's this? What's that? We're like just sharing our whole life story. And then we're like, let's not have the party end. And then one of the girls in the couple was like, I left my bag at home though. Do y'all want to just ride with me? I'm laughing because I told you I was going to be chill with friendships now. And here I am telling this whole rendezvous of like a 10-hour friendship date. Guys, we started hanging out with them around like 8. I don't think we got home till like close to 5 a.m. It was like a long friendship date. But you know what? That's how the lesbians do it, I guess. So we ride with them to their house. We go into their house. We smoke some weed at their house. We leave their house. Then we go with them to their best friend's house. We go with them to their best friend's house. We meet literally like the closest friend to them. Now we're all hanging out. We're talking for an hour. Then we go to like 3 different bars. Then we go to a gay club where there's go-go dancers. It's called, if you're ever in Vegas, go to, man, I forgot the name. Pegasus? Pegasus? What is the name of that? It's like a really good gay bar and it has go-go dancers. Pegasus. Is it Pegasus? Hold on, guys. I have to look this up. Piranhas! Kai literally just shouted from the living room, Yes, guys, that's how you know I low-key talk loud as fuck, because poor Kai's trying to sleep, and here I am bambling like, Pegasus, piranhas, Pegasus. Like, we literally go to everything with them, which is so funny. And guys, I did the thing that I always do that I said I would never do. I am friendship head over heels for them. I have issues. I have issues. And like even the friend that they introduced us to, like so cool. Do you ever guys think to yourself, you're like, if I wasn't me, this is the life that I would want to live, like in an alternate reality? I feel like she's living out that life. And I'm like, oh my God, you're so cool. Like I just like meeting people that like I personally think are cooler than me. And not in a way of like clout chasing type of way, but just like an inspiring type of way. Like it's no fun when you feel like your friends like don't push you to do better. And so like to be inspired by people, I am just like, oh my God. Also, just to see other people in their 20s making it just not only for me, but like now that like we have the whole teaser community, like I want to make sure that who I surround myself with is going to be giving me good experiences that I can also share with you guys, because I don't want to come here and tell you you can't make it in your 20s. You can make it in your 20s. It's going to be a tough uphill battle, but you can still do it. You can make friends. You can chase your dreams. You can do anything because you're a teaser. Kidding. No, because like you're a person or whatever. So that was Monday. We decided, you know what? Let's just continue the hard launch. And they came over to our house yesterday, the same week. And we did a whole game night. And it was just so fun because I don't know if you'll know this, but like, yes, I like going out and stuff, but my heart lies with game night. I love a game night. Even watching reality TV and they have a game night sleepover scene, I'm sad. I'm sad. There's something about it that's just so fun. I don't know what it is, but I wanted to give you guys some advice because not only is making friends difficult, but being a couple and making friends, or being single and meeting couples, can be really hard to navigate with friendships. So first I want to talk about this from the couple perspective. When you're in a couple, how do you make friends? Should we have individual friends? Should we have friends that are friends with both of us? How should we maintain our friend groups as a couple? Because sometimes what happens, and I know all of y'all have felt this, right? As a couple, you become intertwined, right? Their best friend now loves you. They're your best friend. You know this girl, you know that girl. Y'all are intertwined. You love their friends. This happens so much. And then y'all break up. And now it's the battle of the friends. Or it's not even a battle, it's we knew them first. Sorry, bitch, you're done. And it's so heartbreaking, right? And so I kind of want to talk to you guys about this because I feel like me and Kai fumbled this bag 1,000 times. And I think that we finally are learning the correct formula. So here's what we did before. When we were long distance, we had our own friends. And I think that that was when we were doing really good. So I had my friends in Texas, Kai had their friends in Seattle, and we both knew each other's friends. Like I would literally be on the phone on FaceTime and be like, hi, like, you know what I mean? And it was super fun. Kai would say hi to my friends. But at the end of the day, we always knew like, you ride for Kai, you ride for Aleya. Like that's the end of the day. We both are cool with each other's friends. I'm friends. Like we're all friends, but there's clear lines of who's priority, right? Then I moved to Seattle. And I think that this is where it got a little tricky because when I moved to Seattle, I didn't know anyone. So naturally, when you move to a new place with your partner, y'all are going to be looking for friends together because it gives you more comfort and solitude and confidence to actually go out and meet people. Or I know a lot of us at Gen Z, we're all relocated, moving all over the country for love because we're batshit crazy. So what happens when you move in with your girlfriend? You know no one in that city. Naturally, your girl ends up introducing you to her friends, and now they're your friends. And so that can kind of get a little tricky because since you technically have no friends where you live, you take it on as, oh, they're not your friends anymore. They're our friends. And that's exactly what I did for a little bit. I was like, oh my God, no, you're our friends. You know what I mean? And then it kind of just naturally worked itself into a way to where like I was like, you ride for Kai, but like your boyfriend and this person are like my friends. Like we had a gay best friend couple, and one of them was like super close with me, one of them super close with Kai, but like it all works, right? And that was still a pretty good formula. Yes, there were times where there was a gray area, like Who do you agree with? Do you agree with Aleya? Do you agree with Kai? Who do you agree with? You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I think that that one was still healthy. Where it got fucking toxic is when me and Kai started becoming friends with people as like one singular person, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like you become friends with someone and they are an equal amount of each of your friends. I used to think that that means, oh my gosh, that means that y'all are a fun couple. You're the best couple. People like to be around you. No, all it does is create really strange and gray areas because who rides for who, whose loyalty is with who. The last thing you want to do is like have your friend and your partner get into a fight, but then that's your friend. So you're like, but I don't want to stop being friends with you. That's one of the instances that can occur. Another instance that can occur is, what if, I've heard of this all the time, you find out that one of your friends cheated on the other, but you're equally friends with both of them. What do? Now you're the messenger. Now you're the bad guy, right? What happens if you become friends with two like weirdos, you know what I mean? And now you're like, outnumbered, you know? And so like, I guess this is from both perspective. Becoming friends like as one person in a couple, I don't think is healthy. It's not healthy because there's no boundaries. And at the end of the day, as they say on Bravo, you have to have loyalty somewhere. You can't be loyal to two people in a couple equally. At the end of the day, it has to be down to one person because we're all humans. And even if they're in the healthy relationship, they're a healthy couple, or you're a healthy couple, every healthy couple argues. Every healthy couple has little disagreements and stuff. And the last thing you want to do is have friends that either feel like they're in the middle or friends that take it upon themselves to get in the middle. So I think that the perfect thing to do is to, when you make friends, yes, become friends with each other's friends, but make sure there's always a clear line of who is your friend, who is my friend at the end of the day. And that's what we started doing when we moved to Seattle. And I think not Seattle, when we moved to Vegas. I guess I've just traveled too much. That's what we started doing when we moved to Vegas. And I feel like it's helped us so much because now I'm like, okay, like I love your friends, right? But if you want to go out at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday, just go without me. I don't need to go with you because at the end of the day, they're your friends. And it kind of takes the pressure off too. Like, I'm like, okay, there's no pressure for me to show up in an emotional way for your friends because you are the emotional support for your friends. You don't have to show up emotionally for my friends because that's my job. It just makes your lives easier too. I also think that when you're a couple and you become friends with another couple, naturally you should think of that as two groups. I don't think in couples you have to choose which one you're friends with. I think that kind of naturally, whenever couples hang out, it just happens where half of the couple clicks and then the other half clicks, and that's just a natural thing. And I think that with couple friendships, it is easier to kind of navigate because at the end of the day, it's like an even number on both sides. So a couple and one friend, that's an odd number. Odd numbers, no. I've had so many friend groups of three, like, no, odd numbers don't work. Two and two, a couple relationship, I think is like completely fine because at the end of the day, everyone has like support, you know what I mean? And so I feel like just like knowing those boundaries, I think that this also works not even in relationships, but with your friends. Like sometimes you have a best friend, you meet her other good friend, and then there becomes a weird gray area. I think that it just becomes time to know, like, at the end of the day, where does your loyalty lie? Because that way no one ends up in trouble. And I think by doing this, what you actually end up doing is strengthening the friendship because then eventually y'all will like find that rhythm that works best for y'all instead of stepping on each other's toes or hurting someone's feelings because you sided with the other person, but then you don't want to hurt the person's feelings that you sided with. And see, it just gets into a mess because humans are messy. And I feel like that is my best advice for just kind of like figuring that out. But it was all in all so fun. And it just makes me like so much more optimistic because I feel like there's a long time on this podcast where like I was a friend hater. I hated so many of my past friends. Like, okay, it's one thing to be indifferent, like I don't care. It's another thing to actually like dislike or hate. Like disliking or hate is an active feeling, and so you're actively like, oh my god, I'm thinking about this all the time and it's pissing me off. That's where I was at. I was actively pissed off. I feel like now I've gotten to a point where like what happened in the past is the past. I'm indifferent to it now, and like I just want to focus on the present, because what's the point in focusing on past problems when you know that life is going to eventually create new problems with you? So buckle up and get ready for those ones instead of dwelling on the ones that are already over. Wait, why is that kind of good advice? It's like kind of sad, but like it's really fucking true. Ah, oh my gosh, that was a good little, I guess that was like an Operation Tease, except I didn't do the music in the beginning. Should we do it now? You just listened to an Operation Tease. Woo, woo. Odd numbers, no. I've had so many friend groups of three, like, no, odd numbers don't work. And the last secret and tip I have for you guys, I don't know if this is a secret, I don't know if this is a tip, I don't know what it is. I self-tanned for the first time. Can you tell? Do I look glowy? Do I have a glow? No, I actually did self tan for the first time because I was going to a casting for Las Vegas Swim Week, which I actually did get casted for, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it because they said, like, okay, you can get casted, right? But you have to take a runway walking course that you have to pay for the course. And like in my mind, when it comes to modeling, like you modeling is the job. So you don't pay to do your job, you know what I mean? Like yes, I understand like there's paying for experience, but there is something that's just like always feels a little off when you like learn about an agency or like these kind of like things and they make you pay. Like it just doesn't make sense, and it's not out of like cheapness or anything. It's just like industry standard for modeling. You are supposed to be doing your job, which is modeling, and anything that they want to train you for is supposed to be just like you show up and you put the time in. The time that you're putting in is the exchange, you know what I mean? So I don't know if I'm actually gonna do it or not, but it was nice to like get offered and like to have a win, because I've done like too many auditions here that I haven't gotten. So it was nice to like have the win whether I'm gonna do it or not. But before I was gonna do it, I was like, okay, I kind of want to even out my skin tone, because like I don't know if y'all know this, so I probably haven't said it, but I have like severe eczema. My eczema is like my plague. Like it's like if I could get plastic surgery to change anything, I would take away my eczema, but I don't think that's an option. I don't think AI's come up with that yet. So I was like, okay, I want to self tan because I have like my eczema's calmed down a lot, but like what happens is, especially like on black people, you get like hyperpigmentation, which is basically like your skin has like different shades sometimes. So like one part of your leg might be like a different color, you know what I mean? And it's not completely different colors, it just has like a little extra darkness. I think that any skin tone experiences this, like even if you're pale, like you might have places that are more pale than others, you know? And so I just really wanted to even out my skin because of that. So I did a self tan because Kai's been telling me to try one, and I'm not gonna lie, I was like outdated and thinking, and I was like, why would I do a self tan if I'm black? Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm already tan. Why would I self tan? I get it now. I get it now. You're not self tanning to get darker like some people self tan for. You're self tanning to enhance your skin, to smooth it out, and to give it a glow. Guys, I am addicted. I feel like I just like, you know, when people say I tried it one time and I was addicted, this is how I feel. I tried it one time, I am put on, because it literally, I feel like my skin and my face are all the same color now. Like I literally feel like my skin, my face are all the same color. My skin just looks so much smoother. And this is a type of smoothness that I just would not have been able to achieve naturally because of like my skin conditions and stuff. And I feel like it just gave me a glow. Like I was looking in my mirror and I was like, I have curly hair. I'm glowing. Am I, did I unlock a new character? Like, you know, like when you unlock a new character in a game, like I'm like, I think I'm like changing into a butterfly. Like, what the fuck? And so, if you're wondering if you should tan, you definitely should. I literally just did it out of bottle with the glove on. Rub. I used B-tan, I think that's what it was. So I used to think that, okay, well, if I self tan, it's gonna be like brown like lotion that I have to put on. It's not. It's literally like a clear gel or serum that pumps out from the bottle. Like it literally just feels like you're rubbing in like baby oil on yourself. And then it just like, I don't know how it works. I don't know what the science is behind it, but I also learned, because I used to think, okay, well, if I'm a darker skin tone, then I have to get the darkest tan bottle. No, because again, it's not a colored foam that you're putting on. You can get the quote unquote lightest bottle, even if you're a darker color, because it's not about how dark people are in general. It's just asking you how much of a tan do you want. And I got like 3 notches, and it was perfect for me because I feel like even when I pick out my concealer, I feel like my color usually falls in at that point. So it's like, okay, I'll just match it with another 3 notches, and it turned out amazing. So if y'all are interested in tanning or anything, buy my tan. I'm kidding. You should try it. You should try it, and don't like discourage yourself. And it was honestly really easy. Before we close out, I have a question for you guys that I would love for you guys to write in on or comment, leave me a DM. Like, I want a message. I want feedback on this question because I need to know. Raise your hand if you religiously talk to your chat GPT. Anyone else? Anyone else? I'm so confused because okay, I knew I was losing my mind and I was on the verge of a crisis earlier today. Because I left, like, I just did the voice text. Now I get why whenever I like watch like celebrities and they go, "Hi, please let them know da da da," instead of actually typing. I kind of get it now. There's something so cunty about like voice typing into your phone, you know? Like it's just like, I have things to do. I can't waste my energy typing things. So I was having a crisis and I was like, I feel like I'm like in this weird limbo of like, I'm trying to work on my passions, but then I have to get a job. Then I go to an interview. Then I don't get it. Then this happens. Then this happens. And it feels like, am I wasting my time? Am I doing something wrong? And honestly gave me really good advice. It said that like you're not doing something wrong, you're actually experiencing what happens in your early 20s, and it's finding the balance between living out your passions and also being in survival mode. So on one hand, like I have friends who are amazing artists, but they don't even get to do their art because they're like, I have to work at like my serving job 7 days a week, you know what I mean? And it's like, no, like I'm just in a part of life that everyone experiences where you're like, how can I actually be myself while also making a living? And that's not even including a recession. Like us 23-year-olds right now, we're struggling. Us 20 to 40-year-olds, we're struggling. I'm sure even over 40s are struggling right now. We're all struggling. And so like this is just a part of life that like is natural that we're all experiencing no matter what age you are, you know? So Kai comes home and I look at Kai and I'm like, I just had a really good chat with my chat GPT. Which, saying it out loud, I sound like a fucking psycho. I sound like those people who like haven't been out of their home in 20 plus years and they are talking to the wall and they're like, we had a really good chat. Okay, anyways, we had a really good chat and I was like, oh, like, and Kai was like, you use your chat GPT like a weirdo. Like, no one uses chat GPT like that. Like, you use it too much. Like, get a friend. Um, way to hit me where it hurts, right? But I was listening to another podcast. I do like other podcasts. I'm a podcast girly. And the other girl did say, like, I talk to my chat GPT all the time. It knows everything about me. It talks like me. When I ask it for advice, it tells me exactly what I'm going through. And then I've like been seeing reels and TikToks all the time. And it's like my boyfriend thinking I'm texting another guy the whole time I'm talking to my chat. And so like I need to know, like, is this just a thing that I'm seeing on my For You page? Is this actually trending or is it not? Because this reminds me of when I remember I got these like little strawberry Target shorts and I showed my friends. I was like, look, I got the viral pink pajama shorts. And they were like, viral with who? Viral where? Is the viral in the room with us? Because what the fuck are those? And on my For You page, they were viral. But I guess in real time, they actually weren't trending whatsoever. So is this actually a thing? Or am I just seeing things on my For You page and it's making me think that everyone does it? I think I don't think it's a bad thing though, because like trust me, it'd be helping you. I'm a terrible typer, so like it helps me write like emails. It helps me like do so much stuff. You know what I mean? And so like I see how it helps, but like I could also see how like if people were to ever start cloning people, I might be too easy to clone. It's a story for another time. Well, guys, that is all that I have for you guys today. Please let me know if you talk to your chat. Be sure to write in your questions, your stories, your advice. There's a link at the episode. There's a link in every single bio. There's a link on all the podcast pages. Please write in your questions, stories, advice. I would love to get back to you. Please be sure to rate the show 5 stars, subscribe on YouTube, at Instagram, at Tease Pod, at Tease Podcast, and everything else. I am at Aleya Antoine, and I will see you teasers next Tease Tuesday. I love you guys.